Welcome to this video on economic fury and the Hormuz blockade, deconstructing the April 2026 US-Iran ceasefire crisis and the global energy standoff. The crisis began with the kinetic prelude, including the assassination of Iran's supreme leader and Operation Midnight Hammer. This was followed by the Pakistan Accord, a ceasefire that fractured immediately, leading to economic fury. Direct warfare was replaced by economic strangulation, with Iran holding the Strait of Hormuz hostage. Shadow warfare redrew the Middle Eastern battlespace. Operation Midnight Hammer obliterated Iranian nuclear sites. This led to an Axis retaliation of drone and missile barrages. Iran then initiated maritime traffic restrictions, creating the energy chokehold and global market panic. Competing demands fractured the diplomatic foundation. The Washington Doctrine proposed a 14-day truce, immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, and removal of enriched uranium. The Tehran counterproposal demanded a permanent end to hostilities, lifting of all sanctions, and international recognition of Iranian control over the strait with ship tolls. The Islamabad mediation collapsed before commencing. Mediators pushed for intensive talks, but the U.S. delegation was grounded due to stalled talks, and the Iranian delegation refused to negotiate under the shadow of threats. Divergent truce interpretations ignited the Northern Front. The loophole allowed U.S. and Israeli leadership to exempt Lebanon from the ceasefire due to Hezbollah's operations. The Iranian stance declared the ceasefire covered all regional fronts. The spark was the massive preemptive wave of IDF airstrikes into Lebanese territory, launched less than 10 hours after the ceasefire began. Israel initiated Operation Eternal Darkness with an unprecedented bombardment rate. 100 airstrikes in 10 minutes targeted Hezbollah headquarters, and a high-value target was eliminated. The IDF also deployed the new automated self-propelled howitzer, Roam Sigma. The axis of resistance activated regional proxies. Hezbollah retaliated with rocket fire on northern Israel. Iranian allied militias struck a diplomatic support center in Iraq. In Saudi Arabia, a drone strike damaged a critical oil pipeline, and 35 drone attacks targeted UAE infrastructure and Kuwaiti airspace. The global economy hemorrhaged at the Strait of Hormuz, losing $500 million per day. Brent and WTI crude prices spiked. Iran demanded $1 million tolls per ship in cryptocurrency as an extortion tactic. Shipping giants officially advised avoiding the strait indefinitely due to profound maritime volatility. CENTCOM initiated a total naval blockade of Iranian ports in Operation Economic Fury. The U.S. Navy sealed all entry and exit points to starve the regime of oil revenue. 28 commercial vessels were intercepted. The economic fallout meant that Iranian oil storage was nearing absolute capacity, forcing Karg Island to shut down. Kinetic interdiction crippled the sanction-evading shadow fleet. Vessels like M/V Tuska, carrying dual-use chemicals, were intercepted by the USS Spruance. M/Titafani was boarded by Marines, preventing the illegal export of 2 million barrels of crude oil. Internal fractures destabilized the Iranian regime. A political coup by the IRGC sidelined President Pezeshkian. Domestic crackdown saw over 3,646 arrests for espionage. Strategic paralysis prevented Tehran from forming a unified diplomatic response. The crisis triggered rapid global realignments. A European coalition planned a multinational operation to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. intelligence caught China red-handed supplying missile chemicals to Iran, revealing Asian complicity. The Arab League demanded Iran be held financially liable for the economic damage caused by the Hormuz closure. An 11th-hour extension deferred resumed bombardment. President Trump indefinitely paused renewed U.S. bombing at the direct request of the Pakistani Prime Minister. The U.S. administration justified this by acknowledging Iran's fractured state, requiring time for a unified proposal. Trump issued an ultimatum to maintain the naval blockade until Tehran capitulates. A new era of economic siege replaced kinetic warfare. The direct U.S.-Iran bombing campaign remains paused, but shadow warfare continues with proxy drone attacks and intense artillery exchanges. Operation Economic Fury is the new frontline, blockading Iranian ports while Tehran holds global trade hostage. The Middle East has transitioned from acute military destruction to chronic economic attrition.